Okay. Uh, Excuse me. I don't know which one of these videos got him flagged, but I feel like it might be this one. Let's see. All right. I'm gonna play you an audio. Hmm. Yesterday? Oh, it was yesterday. Okay.
Testosterone. You are going to.
This is a video about a streamer named Vegan Gains. Vegan Gains recently started openly doing steroids.
You attach something to that testosterone, so as soon as you inject it, it doesn't just completely absorb. And animal-based oils in me anyways that just sound like, like, don't get on cycle before your first day in the gym, bro, ha ha ha. Now that's like actually happening, plus some. We got, you know, the craziest situations going on, steroid allegations out the wazoo, and they're usually valid, and it blows my mind. And look, I get it, divorce is a mother like I can't even imagine. It's hard to get grips with. And I think one of the most interesting situations that I'm faced with as a coach, developed quite an impressive physique. Now, the thing is, how much more impressive can it get? That's going to be staggeringly interesting to figure out. I would also be extremely keen on hearing what exactly he's taking so we can kind of dissect what that cycle is. But more importantly, we've covered many stories on this channel about people losing their minds when steroids become involved. Connor Murphy comes to mind, right? Connor Murphy is a great example of somebody who absolutely went batshit crazy after abusing the Sazul for a long time. And there's really good research to say that when the right person starts taking steroids, or really the wrong person, some awful, profound effects to their mental health can happen. This meta.
So, reason why I'm bringing this up is when I heard this audio, as I was watching the video, I said, you know what, that's what I thought was going to happen when Sir Doyle told me he was going on steroids. When he was going on TRT, which is testosterone replacement therapy. It's a doctor-supervised steroid cycle. And I noticed before he got arrested, I noticed that Sir Doyle did have a change in behavior. And you could see in this video here how his skin is very flush, and that's a known side effect. But I'm gonna go into what Sir Doyle told me last time I saw him. It's not gonna be a long video, and then I'm gonna finish by showing you anybody who's watching who wants to put money on Sir Doyle's account for commissary. There's two people that were asking me about that, and one of them said to make a video. I was going to make a video anyway to update the channel with what Sir Doyle told me last time I visited, and let you know that I'm going to visit again this Friday. Let's just finish the side effects of increased testosterone.
Analysis with a placebo-controlled trial did AAS administration and found that there was an increased self-reported aggression in healthy males that were previously not on steroids. Another very large claims database found that testosterone users had a higher odd of basically suicide or intentional harm or depression and anxiety like symptoms. This study found that basically AAS users are commonly riddled with anxiety and depression, more so than not in the groups that they studied and did psychological evaluations in. Hell, there's even, I mean, all of this is relatively new data, but there's even new data on the changes of brain structure and impairment in its day-to-day function when steroids are involved. Using neural imaging, evidence supports that chronic AAS exposure is linked to structural and functional changes within the brain that are permanent architectural changes, meaning you ain't getting that shit back. Now, of course, I do want to be very clear here. This is not taking TRT. This is abusing steroids in a copious fashion, synthetic drugs that were created to be some sort of treatment. Didn't actually work out. People are...
All right, well, look. Let's hear what Sir Doyle says.
Why are you bringing this up?
Because you say such ridiculous things like, oh, you're stuttering, that means you're lying.
I didn't say anything. You brought it up out of nowhere.
I brought it up because I'm annoyed that you say that to me.
You're feeling guilty, bro.
No, I'm not. Another thing, because I bring something up because you annoy me with something, that means I'm feeling guilty? No.
I didn't
No,
annoy
it doesn't
you
mean I'm feeling guilty. It means that you're wrong.
brought it
You
up out of
say
nowhere,
something
bro.
because it's been bothering me.
It's on
That
your
every
mind.
no, it's on my mind because you bother me when you say accuse me of something when you have no proof, and you say that's your proof, and that's not proof. Just like me bringing this up is not proof that I feel guilty about it, because I don't.
You know what?
Come up with concrete evidence and then say something.
You know what? There's an old saying.
Come up with concrete evidence and then say something. Say something when you have concrete evidence. Not this bullshit like, oh, you're bringing something up. Oh, you're starting. It don't mean nothing. It doesn't prove anything. But I'll tell you what does prove something. When I was telling you all these years that they were laundering my money in the hospitals, and I told you I saw them do it by flashing the bills in front of me. And I had every heard conversation, you saw them doing it in front of me. And then when I showed you a form that was from the hospital I was in, I said it was done in the hospital, and the address of the house I was in, that it definitely was not made up by me. You couldn't see that that was evidence to prove that I wasn't lying. Because if I was lying, I would have to make that up, and I didn't. They made it up. So therefore, I wasn't lying. When I told you,
Getting loud.
when I told you that they were doing this in front of me, and I showed you that paper, and the paper definitely wasn't made up by me. It was right there, was a confession from them that I was telling the truth. Okay? And you couldn't see that because you think this stuttering bullshit means something. You think bringing something, it doesn't mean anything. What I showed you was concrete evidence that I was telling the truth. I showed you was concrete evidence. Someone stuttered.
All right. Sir Doyle, Sir Doyle James, this is what I'm going to go over. He's in jail right now. This is an old episode. He's the one who broke the Pizzagate story. It didn't come out as Pizzagate until years later, but there was a YouTube video on his original channel where he's talking about human trafficking going on, and this was the ended up becoming the Pizzagate story. What he witnessed was in the Nassau County Medical Center, and money laundering and human trafficking, and he reported on it, and then after he reported on YouTube, then it came out later. Now we know about the Epstein files. We know about the client list. We know that they're all involved, and Sir Doyle, he's, what's the word? Is it redeemed? He's been redeemed. Sir Doyle was right all along, and I think redeemed is the right word when they don't believe you, but then it comes out that you were true, that it was true. Let's ask ChatGPT. Maybe Grok. Oh, that's Grok. What is it called when someone isn't believed by people? They say, you know, he can't be believed, but then it turns out that they were right all along. Is there a word besides redeemed that describes this? Cassandra effect. Whoa. In Greek mythology, Cassandra was a prophetess, cursed to speak true prophecies but never be believed. The term is used to describe someone who is dismissed or disbelieved despite being correct, only to be proven right later. Another related term could be vindication, yes, which emphasizes being proven right after being doubted, though it's broader than the specific scenario you described. If you're looking for something more specific to the narrative arc of disbelief followed by truth, Cassandra effect is the closest fit. Sir Doyle's been vindicated. He's in jail right now, though. So I visited him twice so far. I really should go more. Okay. I met Sir Doyle on the bus, and this was when I first came into the area. What happened was I had some of my own legal problems, and then I was living in the gym, but the gym was in another town, so I didn't move into this area until 2014. And I told Sir Doyle that, I believed him, but I was thinking of it as a metaphor because he was saying that boys and men were being made to fight each other in the backyard of the Nassau County Medical Center, Nassau University Medical Center, where the jail is. And I took it to mean, that men and women were taught to kill each other in a cage, and that's a sport. I've never witnessed what he's talking about, the girls being picked up on misdemeanor charges and then used for sexual favors for the elite and corrupt. But I've seen my own family, be taken to pieces, two pieces mainly. But when my sons were taken to another part of Long Island that I don't really have access to, it's a form. I resonated with what he's saying. The feelings, even though for example, even though I'm not a U.S. military veteran, I have PTSD. I have symptoms of PTSD. So I resonated with Sir Doyle, and I told him that our mission actually, each of our missions actually coincide, and we both want to fight the establishment. He wants to get people out of that system of drugging, and so do I. I'm focused on making something that somebody like Sir Doyle can plug himself into and get off the drugs. And I told him that I want to help you. And nobody ever said to him that he didn't have to take drugs. They only ever gave him drugs, didn't give him healthy food, and the brain of the gut is science that's ahead of its time. So if you go to a doctor, they don't know about the brain of the gut. They don't know about neurotransmitters being made by a healthy intestinal flora in the gut and with a proper relation to our cells in the brush border of the intestinal tract around the galaxial threads, where you have the actual brain of the gut. That's our primary brain. It's our primary brain, the first brain. It's got more nerves. It's more powerful than the brain in our head. That's easily provable by looking at how much neural connection there is to the gut, and then you compare that to the neural connection of the brain. All right, there's more nerves in the gut than there is in the spine. You get what I'm saying? There's more of a connection of the body to the gut than there is of the body to the brain. That's what that means. We're made of bacteria. We're more bacteria than human, but we are bacteria, and we are this ancient relationship that developed to make us. We still are that. We still come from the soil. It's the brain of the gut, the Garden of Eden, or the Garden of the Gut, healthy intestinal flora. But when you've been given cereal, it burns the forest, it clear cuts the forest, the growing of that on the earth, and that's what happens inside the intestinal tract, and you get celiac, you get colitis, Crohn's, IBS, ADD, ADHD, depression, anxiety, schizophrenia. It's a gut condition combined with stressful experiences that we just aren't able to handle. If you're not healthy, you know this, you're not in a good mood. If you're not in a good mood, what's going to happen? You're going to make the situation better by relaxing everybody? Or is it going to cause a meltdown? You ever see somebody have a meltdown and they shake their hands? They call it flapping. My son was injected with vitamin K, and I believe that put him on the spectrum. Vitamin K being a toxin, a toxic shot with adjuvants. Vitamin K in the shot is not the vitamin K that you're supposed to have in your body. It's a synthetic analog, and it's put with a bunch of other stuff that's really, in an infant, it's going to slow down development. We got to think why. Why does a baby naturally have low vitamin K? There's a reason. But the lab coats, they think they know better. They think you're going to get well with an injection and eating hospital food. Hospital food and injection. Ultra processed food and injecting toxins. That's. This is too low. Shoot. I had my volume way down. Wow. That's really bad. Sorry about that. Is anybody hearing me? Is there anybody hearing me? Alright, so I told Sir Doyle, we could get off the drugs. And I have a whole book about it from Dr. Jubb. Notes from Sir Doyle. Does anybody want to comment and just let me know that you want to hear this? Notes from Sir Doyle.
Does not mean they're lying.
Sir Doyle wants a prosecuting attorney to press charges. He wants a defense attorney in case anything comes up for him in his case now. And he wants a civil attorney to sue. He said he's going to sue them. All right. Notes from Sir Doyle. He wants a prosecuting attorney to press charges. I think what I remember is he wants to press charges to everybody that's, abused him and all this, taken advantage of him. He wants a defense attorney for his case now, in case anything comes up. He wants a civil attorney to sue them. He wants to train for a fight with Mike Tyson respectfully. When he gets out, he wants to call out Mike Tyson and train on video. I think that'll be great content. I hope he's not in for a long time, really. I mean, let's get into what happened. Right now, okay, now somebody texted me and called me about Sir Doyle. They don't believe that he was on testosterone. If you're watching and you got this far, do you think that he was on testosterone at the end there? This is him, all red faced. What I think is testosterone.
Bank was who was lying. And they were in on it because we typed my social security number in there and they had it on file. How did that fucking bank get my social security number on file? Unless the hospital gave it to them. So therefore they are stealing money. And I was telling the truth.
You're being loud.
Because he
And I'm gonna
annoys
have
the
to go in
shit
the other
out of
room.
me.
You can't keep being loud like that.
There's things he doesn't, he can't pick up on simple things. And yet,
You brought up a topic and got yourself upset about it. Nobody brought this up.
I think I'm crazy because they know all the shit is on camera.
All the way
You said you did you play all these games, and it builds up inside me. It's not TRT. You play these games. The stuttering, we got that on the other episode where you say I'm lying because I'm stuttering. We got you on the other episode telling me that that's not proof when I showed you concrete evidence with the bank statements. All right, we got all this on TV. It's not TRT. You say fucking shit, and then you don't want to own up to what you say. This is shit that's been building up inside of me.
Before you're supposed to do your enema, okay? What's up, Justin?
Wow, he
on
did
top
a
of the
cleanse
fridge.
today?
Coffee enema. That's my ultimate revenge.
He's wrong,
My
guys.
ultimate-
He's wrong. Look at past episodes of Hospital Gate. You'll see that I'm making total sense, and he's wrong.
My
Now what?
pour a little bit. I just want to pour it onto my hand. I want to feel how warm it is. Okay, good enough. Enough now. All right, we're gonna wait.
He drives him on the fucking wall, and then he acts. He gets someone to the point where they explode.
What you could see, this crease here in his furrowed brow, and I got it too. It's actually a symptom, and it's correlated to the gut. If this is a backwards, because it's reversed, right? See how his shirt's backwards? So this is actually his left. No, this is his right. This is his right arm. Yeah. So his right arm, the right side, and the left side. There's two creases there. He told me that he's on testosterone. This is in jail. This is what he told me now. He's on testosterone, gamma something. I'm sorry, I took these notes a couple of weeks ago. He's on testosterone, gamma something he called bone density, and Valium. This is the stack they got him on now. Testosterone, gamma something, might have to look that up, bone density, and Valium. So they got the test to make him young but act aggressive, and the Valium to chill him out. After all these years of them messing up his prescriptions, right? He only needed was test and Valium. Hmm. Alright, so here's why he's in jail. I guess nobody's in the chat. One watching? Is that me? I think I'm the only one watching. Alright. Well, if you today's Tuesday. If you watch this and and you get up to this part here, you're gonna find out. This is what you're gonna find out. Laura Gillum. Laura Gillum, United States Congress. I don't know if this is the right person. Former, no, this is not her. New York. Maybe it's not Congress. Senate? Ask Rock again. I'm looking for the name of one of the officials of New York State. Her name is Laura Gillum. But I don't know if she's Congress, Senate, or something else. Maybe I'm spelling it wrong. Laura Gillen is a congresswoman. Okay. She's a Democrat who previously served as the town supervisor of Hempstead, New York. Feed Hungry Kids Act. Geo's Law. Aims to enhance protections and support for victims of child exploitation and abuse. Named after a young victim to strengthen federal responses to online and offline threats. Gillen has co-sponsored 98 bills in her first term, covering topics like pediatric cancer research. Don't get me started on that. Funding. Pediatric cancer research funding. I wonder if they have any studies on kids who get pediatric cancer and vaccination. Is there a statistic that like I don't know, 99% or 100% of kids who get childhood cancer have been vaccinated? Should I ask ChatGPT? I mean, Grok? Let's ask. Is there some type of statistic about how 100% of all kids who get pediatric cancer have been vaccinated with like the standard vaccines that all doctors recommend, for your wellness visits and to prevent polio and all that other stuff? I'm just wondering. I'm not saying anything that's anti-vax. I'm just wondering, right? I'm not trying to get kicked off YouTube here. No, there's no credible statistic or evidence supporting the claim that 100% of children diagnosed with pediatric cancer have received standard recommended vaccines. This idea appears to stem from misinformation or a misunderstanding of correlation versus causation. Vaccines are extremely common in the general U.S. population, with coverage rates around 90 to 95% for many childhood vaccines, but they do not cause cancer. In fact, extensive research shows no link between routine vaccinations and an increased risk of childhood cancer. Some studies even suggest a potential protective effect against certain types like acute lymphoblastic leukemia. I'm just going to get in trouble. I can't keep asking. I can't keep going down this rabbit hole. So, if you're saying that 90 to 95% of children are vaccinated, but then you also say that there's extensive research showing no link between vaccination and increased risk of cancer, childhood cancer. Would you be able to list those studies that show a control group of unvaccinated kids? So you'd have to even balance it out to show no link, you'd have to have kids that were vaccinated and got cancer. Excuse me, they were not vaccinated and they still got cancer. Otherwise, every kid who got cancer was vaccinated because it's 90 to 95%. Literally every kid is vaccinated. So how can you say there's no link between vaccination and cancer when you can't provide a control group of kids that are not vaccinated? This is a rabbit hole you shouldn't go down on YouTube. Ah, it's researching. All right. So where was I? So let's see now. All right, here's where it gets interesting. All right. Sir Doyle said the husband of Victoria Gotti, not John Gotti, her new husband, the husband of Victoria Gotti stole Sir Doyle's license, cell phone, and birth certificate. He got it from the guards in the jail. Sir Doyle says that Victoria Gotti's new husband got his license, his cell phone, and his birth certificate from the guards in the jail who took it from him. Now, he's saying now that he's actually a Fed. Sir Doyle's saying that he's actually a Fed with ties to the mob. And he thinks if he keeps his head down and stays quiet, they'll let him out earlier. Sir Doyle, okay, Sir Doyle, I'll say that one more time. Sir Doyle says that the husband of Victoria Gotti got basically stole his license, cell phone, and birth certificate, and he got it from the guards in the jail. Now, Sir Doyle says he's a Fed. He's got ties to the mob, and he thinks if he keeps his head down and stays quiet, they'll let him out of there earlier. All right? The charge is aggravated harassment. I think. It sounds like he maybe said that. And he had really nice long hair when I saw him. So, aggravated harassment. Let's see. What is the shortest and the longest amount of time for a sentence of aggravated harassment in New York State against a United States Congresswoman? We're gonna ask, alright? I'd ask Grok again. Grok again. Grok again. A Class A misdemeanor. No possible jail time. Or possible no jail time. Probation 1 to 3 years. Longest possible sentence up to a year or up to 4 years. Oh my god, that's bad. Worst case scenario 1 to 4 years. How long has he been away? Like months now. these are the notes from when I saw him. He said, everything he says gets out there. So he started to conjure reality by saying what he wanted, which was that he's going to prosecute them, and that if his ex wife sees this, then ex wife sees it, and then he said he would take his hand and do something like this, and so it be done. And as he was moving his arm up, he was saying what he wanted to happen. So he said he wants to prosecute them, and his ex, something about his ex-wife would see that. So I hope he comes out and we can. It's just, I guess we got to find a way that he can talk about it without naming names. Uh, he called. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, right? He supposedly called Laura Gillum's office and said they were all gonna die. He supposedly called Laura Gillum's office and said they were all gonna die. Maybe he meant in fire and brimstone. God was gonna take them out because they're involved, complicit. Maybe he accused them of being complicit and they were gonna get their just desserts. You know? Who's on the list? Who's on the flight logs? The Epstein files. As George Carlin says, it's a big club. Um, oh gosh, I see the repeat offenders, 10 years. Oh, but this is prior convictions. I don't think he has. The statutory cap is 4 years. God, please let this man out. I should call his church. Somebody told me to call his church. Um, what I'm gonna do now is show you how to put money on his commissary. If anybody wants to, you basically gotta give it to me. Here we go. Let's see. Click here for visitor contraband. Click here for visitor contraband. Click here for visiting rules and procedures. Click here to schedule a visit. Click here for visitor accommodations. Click here for attorney visitation. Visitors will be afforded 1 hour of visitation per session, minimum. Time will begin on the incarcerated individual's entrance to the visiting room. Attorneys will be afforded the opportunity to visit by either pre-scheduling or walk-in. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, B and D. That's where he's in, B. They're gonna email me. I think mine is at 12:15. Visiting. Visitors may briefly embrace, kiss, and shake hands with the incarcerated individual they are visiting, one time at the beginning of the visit and again at the end of the visit. Okay. Orange, green, and yellow clothing prohibited. No contraband, no drugs. The following items will be accepted through visiting: one set of civilian clothing for court appearances, no jogging suits, t-shirts, belts, or jeans. Court clothing will be sent to the incarcerated individual clothing room. Metal or crucifix no more than 1/4 inch thickness, solid metal, no stones, removable parts, sharp edges, etc., not to exceed 1 inch in diameter and not to exceed $50 in cost. Oh wow. Prescription eyeglasses, pre-approved by facility medical stands. Okay. I don't know where I saw it, but it said um you can bring the cash to the visit. Nope. Let me ask Rock. I don't remember how I found the page, but it was instructions on putting money on the account, a commissary account for a prisoner of the Nassau County Correctional Center. Do you have the link to that page? It said basically that I could bring cash to the correctional center when I go to visit on Friday and put the money on the account because I have the number of the account and the guy's name. Sounds like you're looking at instructions for depositing cash directly at the Nassau County Correctional Center to add funds to an inmate's commissary account. Specifically by using a kiosk or drop-off method during visiting hours with the inmate's name and account ID number on hand. This is a common process for many New York County jails, and visitors can typically do it in the lobby without issue. The most relevant page I found that matches this is from Pigeonly, which outlines the kiosk option for cash deposits right at the facility, available during visits or open hours. Here's the direct link. Um, I don't know how much longer he's going to be in there. His, I believe his court date is the 20th. Does anybody know how to look that up, actually? Fuck, I don't want to miss it. I'm definitely visiting him on Friday, but is he gonna know? Is he gonna know his own court date? I think he told me last time it was wrong. But for some reason, the word the the date October 20th is or October 18th is in my head. I feel like his attorney might have told me that he got postponed or whatever because they're trying to figure out what to do with him. Um, Here you go. Nassau County Correctional Center Commissary. Contributing to the commissary account to add funds multiple options. Online transfer. Funds can be transferred online via the TouchPay system, which may charge a nominal fee for this service. Kiosk transactions. A self-service kiosk is available in the detention center's lobby for cash or card deposits. Sending money orders. Money orders or cashier's check can be sent directly along with the inmate's name and ID number included. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll give you his number. I don't remember the password. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll bring this down here so you can see. You gotta make an account. You gotta upload your picture ID. You can't just go on this website. There you go, inmate CC number, okay? If you want to donate, if you want to contribute to Sir Doyle's commissary account, you can do it online via the TouchPay system. And you're going to need his number here, 1997 100263. 1997 100263. Alright. You can also use that number to send a money order or a cashier's check. The facility is right here. Inmate full name and ID number. 100 Carmen Avenue, East Meadow, New York. 11554. Include your full name, current address, city, state, and zip. If you want to send Sir Doyle mail, here it is. Inmate full name and ID number 1997 100263. 1997 100263. Richard Doyle, then the ID number, 100 Carmen Avenue, East Meadow, New York, 11554. Okay? Photos no larger than 4x6. No Polaroids. Write Richard Doyle and the ID number on the back of each photo. Use a completely white envelope and only use the United States Postal Service. Okay, do not mix any type of mail. Okay, let's see here. Mail. Important way to keep connections alive and offer support. Pigeonly, with a decade of experience, helps you to send mail to loved ones in various prisons. Okay? First you need, oh, that's this website, that's why. First you need to find the inmate, okay? We got them. We got that. Photos and letters, okay? You can send mail directly from your phone. Oh, what? It's Pigeonly. Oh, this website? Really? Alright, you guys are going to have to check this out. I'm going to visit. I'm not doing all this. But if you want to send money, you can do. Okay, there it is. Mail an inmate today. Alright. Go to the website, guys. Yeah, this is how you visit. Any questions? Let's see. Is anybody in the chat here? No. Okay. Feel free to message me. You can. A couple of people are sending me money, and I'm gonna bring it. gonna bring it. No, yeah, I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna pay cash at the kiosk. So, um, I could do that for you, for Sir Doyle. Otherwise, pigeonly.com. And then one more time, Richard Doyle. Here's all his information that you need. I'm still waiting for it to clear. You got to give at least 24 hours notice when you try to get these. Like, look, oh, well, friend, submit. Then you pick your date. You know, I'm going Friday. You have already booked or requested a session with this inmate on this date. Please pick another. Pick another visitation date for this inmate. Alright, so anyway, that's what you gotta do. Let me know if you have any more questions, if you want to help out, or if you want to relay a message to Sir Doyle.